I'm Heyzeus, and this is the second episode in my not very inventively named $5 to $15 trade-up series. But if anyone's got a better name, please let me know. I sort of need one. I'm not going to delay getting into it for too long, but the usual disclaimer I stick at the start of these videos: the prices I show here are buy order prices on the Steam market. If you're going to use the Steam market to buy these skins, I strongly recommend using buy orders. You will struggle to make a profit if you're not. Feel perfectly free, however, to use OP skins or trading sites to get the inputs for these trade-ups. Completely viable on those platforms, there's no issue. In fact, often it's even more profitable. And just to clear up any confusion, the sort of sales prices I show are after Steam tax, so those are the raw profits you'll get that I'm showing. Anyway, let's get started. So, our first trade-up uses restricted factory new Spectrum skins with restricted minimal wear Falchion skins. I would recommend 4 factory new skins to 6 minimal wear. The prices for all of these different skins won't be the same all the time, so always go for the cheapest ones, but I'd recommend trying to keep the buy order below the price that I've listed there as a guideline. Often though, you might be able to get them for several cents less than that. All up, you should be paying about $6.80, and the average float needs to be below 0.07. In terms of what you can get, most of the profit is in the Decimator and the Fever Dream. You'll make a small profit on the Yellow Jacket and the Syrinx as well, but the Decimator and the Fever Dream is where it's at. The fact that the Falchion inputs are quite cheap gets their profit up quite a bit. There's a 1/3 chance of losing on the Xianglu or the Nemesis. Now, although this loss is about $2, the good thing about these skins is that they've got quite low floats, so they're really good to use for trade-ups if you want to do trade-ups to factory new covert skins. And if you do go to sell them, you can potentially get sort of 15 to 20% overpay because of their floats. I haven't factored that into those costs, but that is something you can do, particularly on OP skins. That's a really good place to try and sell lower float skins. The next trade-up is a StatTrak Blue Chroma 3 Wildfire combination. You can use Spectres, Orange Crashes and Ventilators as the Chroma 3 skins, and you'll need to use Dual Cartels as the Wildfire skins. Chroma 3 provides the factory new skins, Wildfire provides the minimal wear skins. I would recommend a 5:5 ratio since Dual Cartels tend to be difficult to get in particularly low floats, so hopefully that'll make the trade up easier to do. The total cost of buy orders, if you're using that ratio, should be about $7. It might be possible to get that slightly lower sometimes, but I think that's a good benchmark to aim for, and the average float needs to be less than 0.07. In terms of what you can get, there's a roughly 40% chance of you getting a big win. Everything else on paper is a loss, but it's not quite that simple. I'll explain that. The wins do outweigh the losses, so even though it's relatively high risk, the reward is definitely worth it. The big wins are the Ghost Crusader and the Block Royal Legion, the Red Astor and the FAMAS Balances are sort of the next tier under it. As for the lost skins, because there's 6 lost skins there, 2 of them sort of are what they look like. The Firefighter and the Black Tie, what you see is what you get. With the other 4, with the Re-Entry, the Empire, the Triumvirate and the Praetorian, you actually get quite a low float skin, so you can either keep that and use it in another trade up, they're quite good for that, or you should be able to get some overpay if you sell them. Now, I haven't factored that overpay into the prices you can see there just because it's a bit unpredictable, but once again, 15 to 20% overpay is realistic with most of these skins, so it's a good trade up overall. Even when you're not winning, you still get something useful a lot of the time. The third trade up is a straight up restricted Wildfire trade up. I recommend using 5 factory new and 5 minimal wear. You want to pay about $1.15 for the factory news. Between the Praetorian, the Triumvirate and the Empire, there will be a bit of variability in their prices, so just go for the cheapest ones, and the minimal wear skin should cost about so 65 cents for a buy order. Total cost should come to around $9 if you're using a 5:5 ratio. If you can get more minimal wear skins in there while keeping that average float below 0.07, go for it, you'll increase your profit margin. In terms of the outcomes, it's fairly simple. You'll lose about $3 on the Hyper Beast, you'll make $4 on Kamicho Dragon, and you'll make about $1 on the Elite build. So overall you get an average profit of about $1 per trade up, so it's probably a bit more marginal than some of the trade ups we've already looked at, but it is still profitable. It's just somebody's run it down a little bit over the years by doing lots and lots of them. Anyway, moving on. The next trade up is nice and simple. It's something I did in a video on the breakout case a while back, but I thought I'd do it again here. You'll need 10 field tested Osiris's, which will be about $1.10 each. The average float needs to be less than 0.214, so that's pretty easy to manage. There'll be a lot of skins in the right float range. Total cost will be $11. In terms of the outcomes, this one's also pretty simple. There's one skin that ruins it, the foul play. You'll lose about $8 on that, and you'll make about $7.50 each on the conspiracy and the Glock water elemental. So it is kind of high risk, but 2/3 of the time it will pay off, and those profits will definitely outweigh the losses. Our final trade up is a nice and simple risk-free trade up. You'll need 10 field tested either Wasteland Princesses or Shallow Graves. They come at about $1.50 each, so a total cost of $15. The average float needs to be less than 0.214, so quite manageable. Make sure you use buy orders to get those prices though. In terms of what you can get, this trade up's pretty simple. You can either get a Buzzkill, you'll make $3 on that, or a Dragonfire, you'll make 50 cents on that. So it's a narrow margin, but it's risk-free. There's no way of losing money, and if you've got sort of a good capital base to back that up with, churning these out is a really good way to get a bit of, I suppose, passive income. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this guide. I hope people find it useful. I've got more stuff in the pipeline, so stay tuned. Also, like, comment, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, trust the numbers, not your gut. I'm Heyzeus. Thanks for watching. See ya.